Namaste and welcome to your gentle yoga practice. Our practice is going to be focusing on releasing tension in the lower back, which will be opening into the hips, releasing the hips, lovely spinal stretches. As we go through this practice, I recommend you move slowly and keep your connection to your breathing. So for the start of this practice, I recommend sitting up on a pillow or sitting up on a block, just something to lightly elevate the hips. You will need a strap and you will need a block. If you don't have a strap or the block, please improvise using belts or scarves, and books will do. And if a small ball will do for the block for this practice, that will be okay. Let's start by closing down the eyes, dropping the shoulder blades down. Let's come into some deep breath, breathing deeply in through the nose. Opening the mouth and just sighing the breath out. Two more like this. And then the last deep inhale. And sigh out. Gently bring your hands into the lower back. And just move the hands up and down and give yourself a little bit of a massage into the lower back. Just noticing how you feel. And then when you're ready, bring the hands forward into the heart center. And let's open the practice with one arm. Inhale deeply. Just opening through the eyes. Place your right hand onto your left knee, left hand behind you. This is a very gentle twist. Come back to center, go over to the other side. Coming back to center. Let's lie on our backs. The pose we're going to start with now is Supta Padangusthasana, and it really is fantastic for your lower back. So this practice you can practice daily. You can do this in the mornings just before you get up, lying in your bed. Really, really beautiful practice. Hug your left knee into the body. Flex through the foot. And then when you're ready, pull the knee in as tightly as you can and let it go. And again, pull the knee in. Let it go. One more time, squeeze it in. This time maybe bring your chest up, nose to meet the knee. And release. Straighten through your right leg. Now when you straighten through your right leg, there's any discomfort in the lower back, please just bend that right leg again. Pull the knee all the way in, hug the elbows in, flex through the foot and feel the traction on the spine. Breathe here. Last full inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And now we're going to use our straps. So take a hold of your strap and bring it around the very ball of your foot. Inhale and extend your leg up. So you might find that your leg doesn't go straight, and that's okay. What we do want to do is have two straight arms and holding onto the strap. So often we want to bend the arms, or we want to take the strap in one hand, but that can misalign the legs. So keep the strap in two separate hands. push out and through the big toe mound of the foot as you curl the toes back and begin to stretch into that leg. Again, the bend or straightening of the right leg is optional. Inhale deeply and exhale. Now inhale, begin to press the heel of your left leg away. Exhale, gently draw the leg over towards the space behind you. Now we're not forcing, we're allowing the body to open. Inhale, push your foot in towards the strap. Exhale and soften. 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Last one. And exhale. Now take the strap into your left hand. Take your right hand onto your right hip, on the top of the right hip. Anchor that down, secure that down, and then begin to dial your left leg out towards the side. Now again, the depth that you go is really not important. Keep opening up and anchoring through the right side. If you're rolling over and lifting up through this right side, you've gone too far. So secure through the right hand into the right hip and allow your left leg to open. Once you've found your maximum, let's breathe here. And we want to breathe deeply and smoothly, because another important aspect of releasing tension is in the body is to relax your breath and to slow down the breath. And when we come to a more relaxed breath, we are tapping into our parasympathetic nervous system, which allows us to relax even more. Now when you're ready, inhale, bring your leg back up to center. Swap the strap over to the right hand, keep it on the left foot. Take your left hand out to support you. And now we're not rolling onto the right side. We're squeezing inner thighs together and drawing the left leg over towards the right, but not very far. As you can see, I haven't moved very far. I'm crossing the legs quite strongly, squeezing the inner thighs together and pressing out through the left heel. So there's a fantastic stretch that I feel all the way through the outer edge of this left leg. 3 more breaths here. Beautiful. And now bring your leg back to center, and the desire to roll all the way over to the right side is there. So let's roll over to the right side, but this time roll right onto your tummy with the left leg coming out to the side. And then bring your head to rest on your hand. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, inhale, lifting up. Just slide back onto your back, taking your legs straight back up. And then from here, bend through your right leg, place that foot on the floor. Cross your left ankle over the right knee and just remove your strap to the side. Feel your lower back even on the mat. And then inhale, pull your right leg into the chest and then thread the needle, interlacing the fingers behind the right thigh. You can also interlace on the outside of the knee, and if this is too much, just keep your foot on the floor and work here. Stay strong in your breath. Beautiful. When you're ready, just release both legs up to the sky. Good. Place both feet on the floor, knees are bent. Hug your right leg in, squeeze it in, and then release. 2 more times, squeeze it in, and release. Last one like this, squeeze it in, and release. Straighten out through the left leg, placing the heel on the floor. Inhale, squeeze your leg in, but bring the forehead up to meet your knee and squeeze. Hug elbows in. And then release all the way down. Beautiful. Taking a hold of your strap. Let's bring the strap again over the ball of the foot and extend the leg up. It might not go all the way straight to begin, and that's okay. Keep your hand into the straps into 2 separate hands and bend through the left leg if there's any discomfort through the lower back. So we want to stretch into the lower back, we want to release tension, but we definitely don't want to work with aggravated pain. As you inhale, you push your leg in towards the strap, and then as you exhale, you relax. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Be mindful of your knee, but you don't overextend into your knee. Last one. And when you're ready, take your strap just into your right hand. Bring the left hand onto the left hip. Flex through the right foot. And then slowly and mindfully begin to take your leg out towards the right side. Again, we're only going as far as is comfortable. We want to keep this left hip and thigh anchored into the earth. And breathe here. Bring the leg back up to center. Take the strap into the opposite hand, and then like you're trying to scissor the legs closed, pull your right leg over towards the left side. You don't have to go very far. Keep squeezing through the inner thighs. Deep, fluid breath. And then inhale, come back to center, and know that we want to roll right over onto that left side. So take the strap in your right hand and roll over. Keep your legs straight. And roll right onto your belly. Bringing your left arm in underneath the head. Resting your forehead on your hand. And breathing here. And when you're ready, just rolling all the way back onto your back. Bend through your left leg. And then removing the strap, place the right ankle over the left knee. And notice perhaps this is enough for you, feeling the lower back stretched on the earth. If you want to go further, you can hug behind your left thigh, interlace the hands behind your left thigh or on the outside of the knee. Really doesn't matter which you prefer. Feel the tractioning through the spine. Press the back of the pelvis onto the mat. And breathe here. Three more breaths here. And then from here, let's take our happy baby. So you can grab the outer edges of your feet. Pull the knees in towards the armpits and keep fractioning the lower back. If you find that you pull up here through the lower back, then rather hold behind the thighs. You want to keep the whole of the lower back on the earth. Maybe you want to rock out a little from side to side. This practice will do wonders to release your lower back. But you need to slow down, you need to relax into it and breathe into it. So much in our lives demands us to react immediately, to move quickly. But this practice requires quite the opposite. Moving more slowly with more awareness to our breath. And mindfully listening to our bodies as we practice. And when you're ready, take the legs straight up to the sky. And bring the hands out into a T shape. Hug your knees into the body. Flex your feet. Take an inhale. Engage your core here and drop your knees over to the right. And look to the left. Inhale, come back up to center, drop over using the core muscles and not overly straining the lower back, drop over to the opposite side and breathe. Inhale, come back to center, wrap the hands around the knees and squeeze yourself in. And release. Two more, squeeze in. And release. Last one, squeeze in. And release, good. Placing the feet on the floor. And we'll take a hold of our blocks. So, to maintain a healthy, pain-free lower back, we need to have a strong core. But an overly strong core is not always going to benefit the lower back if we don't have open hips and lengthened hamstrings. So we've done that now. Now we're going to come to some core stabilization. So you place the block between the thumbs. Lift your feet up, and you want your hips and your knees to be in a straight line, and then your heels and your knees to be at an angle. So you're not here. You're not pulling the legs right in, you're not over there, you're not over here. So find that lovely angle. Squeeze into the block, flatten out the lower belly. Inhale and reach the arms up. And come down. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. Last one. And you can stay reaching the hands away, squeezing into the block, drawing in through the lower belly. Make sure this isn't all about the neck and the shoulders, so Really use your core. Take another inhale. And exhale, release. Take the block out to the side, rolling over to your right side and come to a tabletop. Working with our core stabilization, so inhale, come into a downward facing dog. And this is purely to stretch out the spine. You can press one heel down and then the other. Releasing your head long, relaxing the shoulders. And breathe here. Beautiful. When you're ready, come forward into your tabletop. And then focusing on that stabilizing the core. Extend your left leg away, flex through the foot. Make sure that leg's not going any higher than the hip. And then when you're ready, and if you're ready, reach the opposite hand away. Draw the navel up and in. Gently bring your fingers and your toes to touch. And then inhale and lift again. Stabilize through the core. One more time, bring your fingers and toes to touch. And lift up. Use your core. Good, bring your hands and your knees back onto the earth. And we take a cat pose here, but only a cat. Press the back ribs up and round in. Let your head hang heavy. Breathe into the backbone. Stretch it out. Return to a neutral spine. Good. When you're ready, send your opposite leg away. And when you're ready, lift the leg up, no higher than the hip. And extend your opposite arm away. Get strong through the core. Bring your toes and fingers to touch the floor. Again, inhale and lift up. Toes and fingers touch the earth. Last one, and a strong, steady hold. Beautiful. Bring your hand and your knee down. Press the back ribs up and round into your angry cat. Come to a neutral spine, and we're going to take a plank pose and hold it. Now, at any point, if you need to come out, drop your knees down, but keep your core engaged. Extend your right leg and then your left. Take an inhale and exhale. Notice if your bottom is too high, bring it down, open the heart, inhale and exhale. 3 more breaths and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Just 1 more breath. Drop your knees wide and press into child's pose. Maybe rock a little from side to side and then bring your forehead to the mat. Inhale, coming back to your tabletop, and then gently make your way to lie on your tummy. Place the elbows underneath the shoulders, and perhaps you take the feet a little bit wider to relieve the lower back a bit. Don't let your belly just drop into the mat. Draw the navel up and in. Keep the shoulders away from the ears and lengthen the legs. Deep, strong breath through the body. One more time. And exhale. Releasing all the way down. Pull your left knee in line with the left hip. Straighten the left arm out to the side. Cactus the right arm and look to the right side. Deep breaths into your belly. When you're ready, pull the hands in underneath the shoulders, straighten through the legs. Inhale, come back to another round of Sphinx pose. One more deep inhale. Exhale, coming all the way down. From here, you're going to pull the right knee in line with the hip. Straighten out through the right arm, cactus the left, and look to the left. Breathe here. And when you're ready, releasing both legs straight, coming back to your Sphinx pose one more time. This time with the option to bend through the knees, or to take the hands a little wider and straighten the arms. Releasing all the way down, we're going to come to downward facing dog, curling the toes under, press and lift back into your downward facing dog. When you're ready, gently set your left leg up for your pigeon pose. And here we're going to use our blocks or our pillows again if you need to just stabilize underneath your left hip. Inhale, lift up right onto the fingertips. Open the heart. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly release all the way down and come into your reclining pigeon. Maybe you rest your forehead on your hands, on fists. Maybe the hands are flat. Maybe you place your forehead right onto the earth. So with our pigeon pose, we want to be sure that this knee is not in underneath the body, but that it's out towards the left side of the mat. Now there's time to go back to our down dog. So coming up, removing the block. Step back into your downward facing dog. Walk it out. Notice the difference you're beginning to feel in your body. Let's do the other side. Take your right leg up high. Slip it in for your pigeon pose. Slide the right knee towards the right breast part, out to the side. And then maybe use a prop. And then come up onto the fingertips and lift the heart. Let's stay here for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, slowly lengthen down. Maybe you bring your elbows to the floor. Maybe you rest one fist on top of the other to rest your head. Maybe you take your forehead to the floor. Slowly coming all the way up. We're going to come back to our downward facing dog. Lifting the hips up high. And then when you're ready, step your left foot through between your hands. Drop your back knee down. Inhale and bring your hands onto your left knee. Press the knee forward. Draw your right hip forward, left hip back, and sink into the hips. If you're comfortable here, you can always have padding underneath the back knee. If you want, you can reach the arms up. We're going to bend through the elbows and rest the head against the hands. You can even, if you want, interlace the fingers. Line through the hips. Try and keep the front of your body long. Inhale, reach the arms up. Take them to the inside of your left foot. Walk your left foot over to the side. And stay here. For some of you, you might want to take your block and bring your elbows onto the block. Or maybe you even take your elbows to the floor. Keep moving the left knee in towards the midline. Walking your hands all the way back up. I'd like you to bend into your right knee. Press through your right hand. Sometimes it's handy to have a block. Give you a little bit more height underneath the right side and grab onto your foot. Lovely quad stretch as you pull the heel in towards the right butt cheek. Some of you might want to roll onto the knife edge of your left foot and let the knee drop out. Beautiful, releasing. Come back to center, remove your props and step back into downward facing dog. Now to the other side, inhale and lift your right leg up. Step it through between your hands. Rock your left knee down. Use the padding underneath your knee if you need. And then move your right hip back, left hip forward as you sink in. Take the arms up, interlace the fingers, and place the hands right at the occipital. Now lift the sternum and lean the head back. Try not hinge into the spine, instead lengthen the front of the body. Keep squeezing inner thighs towards each other. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take your hands down onto the inside of your right foot, and perhaps you stay here. Maybe you place your elbows onto a block. Maybe you bring your elbows to the earth and just find that distance that suits you. Keep the right knee moving in towards the right shoulder. Beautiful, pressing back up. Taking your block underneath your left hand. Let's bend through that left leg. Swing your right hand round and catch your foot. Kick your foot into your hand, look over the right shoulder. Maybe roll onto the knife edge of the right foot and let that knee roll out. Beautiful. When you're ready, releasing the back leg, bring the hands back to center. And now we want to find our child's pose, stepping back. Let your knees be super wide. And press the buttocks back. And then walk the heart forward. Breathe here. When you're ready, slowly walk your hands all the way up. Bring your knees together, cross at the ankles, and come to sit in a cross-legged seat. If it's at all comfortable for you to do, I'd like to invite you to place your right foot up onto the left inner thigh, coming into your half lotus. If that's not available, have your right foot in front for your sukhasana. Take your right hand behind you. Bring your left hand onto your right knee and twist. Beautiful. When you're ready, come back to center. Straighten out your right leg. Bring the left foot into that right inner thigh, left hand behind, right hand onto the left knee and twist. Beautiful, coming all the way back to center. I'd like you to now cross your left leg in front of the right. Sukhasana, or the option of bringing your left leg up into the right inner thigh, sitting up tall. And then take your left hand behind you, right hand onto the knee, hug the inner thighs together. Lift through the pelvic floor and look behind you. Going all the way back to center. Extend your right leg out and keep the left leg, extend your left leg out and fold the right leg in. Sitting up tall, take your right hand behind, left hand to the right knee and twist. And then coming back to center, take both legs out wide. Bring your hands and just behind you, lift the hips and just move the buttocks flesh behind and fold forward. Curl the toes up and lengthen the spine. Cultivating stillness and patience, cultivating our breath. If you want, you can drop onto the elbows or use props. Inhaling, coming all the way up to seated. Bring the legs together and come to lie on your back. As you come onto your back, take a hold of your block and bring it just in underneath the lower back at the first level. Take the hands down by the sides, press into the feet. It's your asana practice here, equal breathing. Exhale where you're at. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. No breath. 2, 3, 4. Do 3 more on your own time. Inhale. hold, exhale, no breath. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. Gentle, regular breath. Press through the feet, lift the hips, and if it's available, take your block one higher. Walk the hands in, the shoulders in underneath the body. Press down through the feet and the shoulders. 3 rounds of our square breathing, equal length, inhale, hold, exhale, pause. When you're ready, 3 rounds. Return to your regular breath. Now, if it's available, come onto your toes. Inhale, lift the hips, come up to the highest point. Place the feet back on the floor. Maybe your hands can grab the back of your heels. If this is not available, please stick to either of the 2 previous variations. Come back to 3 rounds of Samavriti. Pressing through the hips, lift them up. Take your block to the lowest height. Replace your lower back and straighten through the legs. Take the arms out to the side and breathe. Now it's time for your Shavasana. I invite you to be comfortable, removing the blocks. I'd like you to take your bolster and Bring your bolster in underneath your knees. Let's relax through the whole body. Let any breathing practice go. Try and feel all the points that are connected to the mat. The back of the head. The back of the shoulders. The back of the elbows. The backs of your hands. The lower back. Behind your thighs and your knees. And the edges of your feet. Allow your body to move into deep rest. Make gentle movements through the body. I'd like you to place your feet on the bolster, bring your knees in, and just rock a little from side to side. Next time that you rock over to the right side, roll right over onto your right side and just rest here. And then gently come up to a seated position. Again, if you wish to sit up on your pillow, go ahead and do. Just rub your hands together, generating a beautiful heat through the hands. And place them into your lower back. Just absorbing heat. Do this 2 or 3 more times as you feel. And then bringing the hands into prayer, we'll seal the practice with one arm. Inhaling. Namaste. Thank you for joining me in this gentle practice, and I hopefully see you again next week.